I've spent the last 5 years working on how to enable expression in music, and I'm excited to share with you today my ideas on how music technology helps translate ideas into reality. Technological innovation is inevitable. It is as sure as the rise of the sun. And with this innovation, tasks previously carried out by humans for hundreds of years have now been delegated to machines. Despite this, however, we have not become a society full of people who sit around and do nothing just because the task they used to perform is now handled by a machine. Because one of society's greatest traits is our ability to adapt and adjust. And so technological evolution, rather, has propelled us to become a society full of greater and greater prosperity and achievement. All people are creative. For creativity is simply the use of one's imagination. But just because everyone is creative, it doesn't mean that everyone has the ability to express their creativity. It may be easy to sing in the shower, but it's often more difficult to paint a landscape that you have observed. And so to enable and enhance our ability to express our creativity, we spend years practicing, and we utilize the best technology and tools we can obtain. In the creative world, technology has always served to help translate ideas into reality. The pen and paper brings stories to light. The paintbrush puts vision to canvas, and the piano shares music on the stage. And in the years since these foundational tools came into existence, they have evolved to help express ideas more easily and efficiently. The pen and paper became the word processor. The paintbrush became graphic design software, and the piano became the digital audio workstation. Wonderfully, the evolution of these tools did not replace their predecessors, but instead augmented the number and type of tools that individuals have at their disposal. And so even with this evolution, the pen and paper, the paintbrush, and the piano are anything but obsolete. What has happened, though, is that this technological evolution dramatically decreased the time it takes to learn to express oneself and the cost of purchasing the proper tools to do so. These lower barriers then democratized the ability to express oneself creatively. Said differently, creative expression flourishes when the process of expression is easier and more affordable. Creative expression flourishes when the process of expression is easier and more affordable. With each new generation in creative technology, the predictability of the future is temporarily diminished. And this rapidly and newly opaque future often creates fear, for when change happens slowly, we have time to adapt and to adjust. And we understand how we fit into the future. But when change happens quickly, when we are suddenly put into an unfamiliar world and unable to see how we fit into the future, we are afraid. When we have spent years mastering a set of tasks, the jarring realization that these tasks might now be delegated to computer might make us wonder, how will I provide for my family? How do I keep my dignity? But what we often fail to remember is that our job, or the set of tasks we complete and the manner in which we complete them, will always change. Our career, on the other hand, or our ability to help others achieve their goals, might never change. And so it is important that we learn new ways to complete tasks and fulfill our job, while it is imperative that we remain focused on delivering value to others and helping others achieve their goals, because when we repeat that process, we build the foundation for a successful career. My co-founders and I were previously composers for film, television, and video games, and in our careers, we experienced firsthand the positive effect of technological progress on our ability to express our creative ideas. With every tool we acquired, we improved our efficiency and productivity, and we freed more time to focus on our creative artistry. At the same time, many of the directors and editors with whom we worked would say to us, We love working with you when we have time and budget to focus on music as an artistic part of our process. But unfortunately, for a lot of the content we create, and they would say, we have neither of those two ingredients, and we loathe the process of having to use licensed and pre-created stock music because of the time it takes to search for the right track, the legal and financial licensing hurdles, the lack of creativity, collaboration, uniqueness, and so on. And so they would say, could you just write the music for us instead? And most of the time, we disappoint them and say no. Because the economics of a boutique studio didn't always line up with that of mass music licensing. But then we said to ourselves, as composers, we are experts at translating music into emotion and emotion into music. And so we suggested, what if there were a creative AI that gave you the same collaborative experience of working with us within the time and economic framework that you need? In other words, what if we could provide our colleagues a new tool that enabled them to express their creativity through music more easily and more affordably? They were excited at the idea, and of course, they even asked for it to be delivered yesterday. And so we made an AI composer, performer, and producer that creates unique and professional music tailored to any content in a matter of seconds. This technology enables anyone around the world to express their creative ideas through music regardless of their background, access to resources, or expertise. And I'd now like to share it with you. So we're going to create a brand new piece of music, and we're going to create it to a specific video clip. The first thing we're going to get a chance to do is designate the timing of this music. We're going to talk about the structure. Where do we want the introduction to happen? Where do we want the music to peak? Where do we want the outro to happen? And once we make these selections, we're going to describe the music that we want to create. We might be thinking, for something like a wedding, perhaps we should make something that's pop and that has an inspirational vibe. And we'll select a set of instruments as well to use in the creation of this music. Now, this piece of music will be created note by note from scratch. At the same time, we'll create a second piece of music in parallel, also doing something perhaps cinematic and a bit more sweet. Let's listen to what Amber created. Again, created in the time it took to describe the music. Now here's the second piece of music Amber created as well. Now, everything about that music is editable. The instrumentation, the tempo, the spotting. And we're able to collaborate with the AI to make changes until we're happy. And then we download the music and receive a global, royalty-free, and perpetual license to use it however we'd like. So what does this mean for the human race? It is inevitable that AI music will be indistinguishable from human-created music. So let's look at two groups of individuals whose ability to express themselves creatively through music is affected by this inevitability. First, we have video editors, podcast creators, and other content creators who utilize what I call functional music. Functional music is music that is valued for its use case, much more than for the collaboration and creativity that goes into making it. And so for individuals who utilize functional music, creative AI provides them the ability to directly express their ideas through music. It democratizes the ability to translate idea into reality. Examples of this might be removing one of the biggest blockers to video editors, music, and enabling them to scale their production with high quality, efficiency, and reasonable economics. Second, we have artists, musicians, and composers who create what I call artistic music. Artistic music is music that is valued for the collaboration and creativity that goes into making it, much more so than just for its use case. And so, for individuals who create artistic music, many of whom already use technology in their process, creative AI provides them the next generation of technology to help further their music making. Examples might be fleshing out new ideas, helping break through writer's block, experimenting more easily and quickly, even collaborating with a digital version of themselves. I recognize that creative AI can create fear, especially for composers. And I understand this fear. If someone has spent a lifetime building a career in music, they might ask, does this technology undermine my ability to continue doing so? And I would answer that question with a resounding no. You may need to adapt, though, because how we do this job of music making will continue to evolve as it always has. New tools should not undermine, but should in fact enhance our ability to help others achieve their goals. And so, if the music you create today is valued as functional music, that value is being democratized, and you need to move up the value chain. And if the music you create is valued as artistic music, then your career should be as prosperous as ever. Because creative AI can never replace artistic music. Making art together with other people is part of the core of what makes us human, because we value not just the end result, but also the process of working with others to create. And so, by repeatedly working with others to create, by repeatedly helping others accomplish their goals, by using new tools like creative AI, we build the foundation for a successful career in music in this century. In summation, the creative innovation I've described is inevitable. Ultimately, the proliferation of creativity and creative AI will further democratize the ability for anyone to express their creativity through music. It will allow less musical individuals to gain a new expressive ability, and it will allow more musical individuals to harness a new superpower. And when every person around the world is able to successfully express their creative idea through music, we will witness the greatest creative revolution in the history of music. Thank you.